The following lucha is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at this time at a total combined weight of 666 pounds and hailing from Nueva Germania, Paraguay. Accompanied to the ring by El Dr. Zaknov, they are the team of Los Medicos.
Big time, boo. No, that's not your stuff. That's her stuff. Stay away from it. Bandita's hat's still out here, and of course, Doc Zoc noticed it right away. This guy is evil incarnate. You do believe there's people here that cheer for these guys? They've been around so long, there's people that actually cheer these sons of bitches. Look, Zoc's brain is too big for that baseball hat. Is that Donnie? Yeah, Donnie's brain's pretty small. I don't think his hat's gonna fit Zoc. Oh, wow. Speaking of big brains, big people, the monolith himself, Dos, finally making his way down the stairs.
There's something about El Doctor tonight, though, Hutch Henries. He doesn't seem like his usual self. He's usually brimming, beaming with confidence. But tonight, he doesn't have that. You can see it. It's a concern. He's in there. The Los Medicos have faced a lot of tag teams, a lot of great tag teams, cohesive tag teams, legendary tag teams in the indie circuit. But tonight, it's two of the top prospects in Demand Lucha who have now aligned themselves. The breakout division winner, Jonny Deluca, and the young lion, Bryce Hansen, who was unmasked. And since being unmasked, we saw his true colors, a real chip on his shoulder. And so this is something that El Doctor isn't necessarily prepared for. He likes to play a lot of head games. But tonight, these youngsters, they're not fazed by it. They're looking out for themselves, first and foremost. And they're not concerned with El Doctor's plans here at Demand Lucha. They're looking out for themselves.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with those guys. I'm seriously disappointed in Bryce Hansen working with Deluca, but geez, I'm not a fan of the Medicos either, so I don't know who I should be cheering for, although I wouldn't mind somebody giving Bryce Hansen maybe the back of their hand, maybe knock some sense into this kid. I mean, Deluca's got talent, so does Bryce. They're probably going to be a really good team together, but I cannot stand Deluca, and it's very obvious he's already rubbing off on Bryce Hansen. The young lion, handsome Bryce Hansen. All these monikers seem like they seem like a joke now. These are all kind of positive things of somebody who's striving to be the best. I already feel like Bryce has let his attitude get to him. I was trying to talk to him today. Totally different demeanor with me. It's really shocking. Very disappointing.
Well, I guess maybe he understood that if he wanted to be successful, he had to do whatever it took, and that's potentially aligning himself with Jonny Deluca himself, doing whatever it takes, whether that's tag team or in that singles competition. We saw how singles competition went for him.
Now,
I thought the fans were behind him and unmasked him. That's almost 2 years of his career, 2 years of his identity gone down the drain here.
What do you mean gone down the drain? People love that kid, and now it's a new phase. People are seeing the real him. You know, he could maybe come out of his shell. I love the Stallion kid. So did everybody in the audience. I don't see any reason why he should let that kind of embarrassment get to him. He seemed like a confident guy. I didn't talk to him that much. But I can't see how that kind of an incident would turn him. We're gonna see what's happening tonight. I didn't get a chance to speak to him. Maybe he's gonna come out here with a good attitude, but I don't see how that can happen with Jonny Deluca by his side. Man. The longest entrance in indie wrestling and pro wrestling history, these guys. Chris, start talking. Just start talking. See if they'll stop. The music guy will get the cue.
And their opponents, weighing in tonight at a total combined weight of 450 pounds. They come from good stock, and it's only up from here. They are the icons, Mr. Electricity, Jonny Deluca, and the young lion.
Yeah, I am crying. What have you done? What have you done to this kid? I don't know how Deluca can have this kind of an influence on Bryce Hansen. Well, it looks like I was wrong, Chris. I mean, Bryce seems to have a ton of attitude already.
Maybe that's something that Bryce Hansen already had in him maybe that's something that was instilled in him on his treks to Japan. And you knew that he came back with a new sense of confidence since coming back from Japan. And maybe he was just waiting for that mask to come off Hutch Henries so you could see his true form, his true self, the young lion, Bryce Hansen. Look at this now.
Oh, man. The Medicos were having an argument with somebody in the crowd here. It was very obvious. And from behind here, these two guys, I'm really surprised about what's going on here. I thought maybe the fans would start cheering these guys just because, you know, who likes the Medicos? Anybody comes out to kick their ass, you're going to get support. But it's hard to like Jonny Deluca. Wow, Dose. Hey!
Trying to get some double teams on from the bronzed icons, apparently.
The bronzed icons?
That's from the time that they spend in the tanning salons.
Oh, well, give me a break. Jonny Deluca's got that olive complexion, I'll give it to you, but Bryce Hansen's white as a sheet.
Medicos going to town here on Deluca and Hansen.
Wow, wow. Speaking of white as a sheet, that'll leave you ghostly. And look, the fans booing these guys. They're going to boo everybody. This whole match is just going to be booing.
Well, it basically comes down to who does Toronto like the least.
First of all, these are
hate
wrestling
the
fans. Second of all, these are Torontonians. No offense, people, but I'm not giving anybody here the benefit of the doubt. Nobody knows who to cheer or who to boo. I want to boo everybody in this ring, and if anybody in this audience is smart, they'd be doing the same thing.
El Doctor hooked the leg of Deluca. The referee didn't see it, so he can't really call it, but he can only suspect it here.
So, I mean, I guess you could flip it around and you could just cheer for everything, because every single person is taking damage that you don't like.
Well, I certainly don't want to cheer for El Doctor and Los Medicos, but I do have to give credit to them. They've been the most successful tag team faction in Demand Lucha history, Hutch Henries. I have to at least agree with that statement.
Oh, wait, that was like a positive yeah. Okay, you know what, Chris? If these guys face Jonny Deluca every show, I think maybe I can get into this.
Flatten Deluca with a big-time elbow, and you can see
I don't
Bryce
think
Hansen.
it'll take long before I actually start physically cheering even. Like, I can see this happening.
Well, Jonny Deluca's taken exception with you, potentially, especially since you were overseeing some of the parts of the breakout division and seemed to think that he wasn't getting the opportunities
Jonny
that he
Deluca
deserved.
has problems with anybody that's generally a decent human being, and I wouldn't say I'm at the top of the list, but generally certainly fits the bill. Oh, and he hates anybody that has any kind of decency.
Double hip toss takeover from Los Medicos. And they're going to have a lot more tag continuity. Those guys know each other so well. The longest reigning Demand Lucha tag team champions. And I'm sure both these tag teams would love to move up the ranks back into contention towards those tag titles, which are potentially disputed and contested here as well, in addition to the Demand Lucha Premier Championship.
Bit of a championship drought here lately with our champion, HENRIES, nursing some injuries, also one half of the tag team champions. But new interim champion crowned in the meantime. But here, both of these teams, I'm sure, are going to be looking to get that tag team gold if they can. Now look at this, Chris. There's a smile on my face here, Chris. So I'm telling you, I am steps away from actually emoting cheers from my mouth.
Double team situation from Los Medicos.
Bryce getting him out of the way. There we go.
Great positioning from young Hansen.
A big chop from Hansen. And there's that head. Whoa, getting out of the way. Deluca just barely.
Sling blade.
Deluca's been on the roster all year. It's a lot of time to spend time backstage, talking to each other, getting in the ear of Bryce Hansen. And maybe this has been a long time coming.
Certainly, I know you've seen it yourself many times here at Demand Lucha. Sometimes, in a lot of the locker rooms in professional wrestling, people take sides and they section off and there's cliques and things going on backstage, and you never know who's getting in whose ear back there.
Well, as somebody that's part of the board of directors and has some authority here, sometimes some of the people that I get along with really well, they give me the cold shoulder. They're having an issue with the company, issue with booking, issue with something, and it's not always my fault or my issue, but they take it up with me. And the same thing, sometimes guys who I can't stand, who are bastards, they're suddenly really nice to me because they want to get something out of me. There we go, Zoc. Deluca not even feeling that. Shows you how weak Zoc is without his potions, I guess, huh?
Well, without those potions, without Nurse Novocaine by his side, you never know what kind of trick she has up her sleeve. We talk about potential new members. You never know who's going to be lurking alongside El Doctor.
Oh, no. But like I was saying, sometimes it's tough for a guy like me to gauge, what guys are actually feeling backstage, but you would know better than me. I'm assuming that the Stallion Kid never gave you a crossword. You seem really shocked at this attitude change, far more than me.
I was definitely shocked. I've watched young Bryce Hansen's career develop from the blossoming early stages. Just like I've seen Deluca, I talked about how Deluca had really turned into his own man here at Demand Lucha, really solidifying that after winning that breakout division, which a lot of people didn't think he could do, including yourself maybe. And that's just what gave him the extra motivation to go all the way.
Well, what shocked me was he had losses. It's a fan vote, so even though he lost matches, he still got the votes. I don't know if he's buying votes or maybe he really does have vitamin D. I wonder if it was all ladies. I got to look at the analytics on the vote. Who knows? But he certainly is talented. I hate to say it. And in control here on the Medicos. I mean, God, these guys, what was their name? They could come out with a victory. What were they named again?
The Bronzed Icons.
The Bronzed Icons. God, I hope they don't win just so you don't announce that. That's awful.
They're really proud of it, actually.
Grinding away here on Uno. I gotta tell you, ever since they switched to the black, I don't know what it is. I can tell exactly which Medico is which. It's like magic. I had real trouble before between Trace and Uno. Look at the attitude here from Bryce. Wow, man.
That is a mistake, though, in my estimation, Hutch Henries. Spitting on Los Medicos. And Los Medicos are usually never disrespected quite like that here at Demand Lucha.
Dude, I would not spit on Zion. He'll steal your DNA. Next show, you're gonna have a Freddie Mercurio clone, like what happened with Fred Eye. You'll have Bryce die. You gotta be careful, man, with this guy.
I have to say.
Snapmare, center of the ring, fundamentals here. Sorry to cut you off there, Chris.
No, that's hard. Fundamentals, you're correct. And Bryce Hansen originally studied under textbook Tyson Dukes, one of the premier mat tacticians in professional wrestling Canadian history.
And they just showed a picture of the dusty Lindsay Dorado was online. Instagram showed a picture of the CWC trophy he saw in the WWE warehouse. Tyson Dukes was in that tournament. So definitely has the chops to be teaching the next generation. And Hansen here grinding down textbook style here on the Medico. So showing that training.
El Doctor trying to rally his men back into this matchup, but somehow the fans getting behind Los Medicos here at Parkdale Hall.
Yeah, surprising. See, look, everybody loves to see people get their comeuppance. A lot of these fans felt betrayed by Hansen. Wow, running right in. Both Medicos technically are larger, and I don't know if they're stronger, but I always talk about the veins on the forearms of Uno. He certainly is a big boy. He's a strong boy. But right now he's going to be looking for a tag, I guess, to the really big boy.
I like the team of Hansen and Deluca. Despite all their cockiness and what they've done, I like the team simply because of the wrench that it throws in the plans of El Doctor. El Doctor has his finger, his nose in a lot of pies here at Demand Lucha, and he wasn't counting on a team like Deluca and Bryce Hansen.
Whoa, hey! Not much effect there on the drop kick. Dose, it's been on the apron a while. Wow, big powers of recovery, turning around right into that huge forearm. And wow, the Medicos are feeling it. I'm kind of feeling it. Should we be cheering the Medicos? This is great.
Big man is the fresh man. Wow, flattens Deluca. Quick tag out to Medico Dose. And we know it's Dose this time because Trace competed earlier. Unsuccessful in that openweight championship. But could Los Medicos seal the deal here for El Doctor? Tilt-a-whirl slam. Great combination. Look at this.
Wow, flattening him. Whoa.
Hansen pulled the official Brad Myers out of the ring. And El Doctor's had enough.
Doc Zoc, that's a Doc Zoc move. He's like pissed off because you took my shtick. He's like, hey Hansen, I was just getting ready to do that to you. I thought he was going to attack Hansen, but instead he just natural reaction. He grabbed the ref and threw him in. It's hard to break habits.
Hansen knew what was happening. Look at that.
Wow, look at this teamwork for a new fledgling team. I'm surprised. Wow, Banderas. Geez, was that Hansen screaming like Deluca? Certainly is rubbing off on him. Oh!
Kicked his own tag team partner.
Well, yeah, he's going to have to rub that footprint off his face, too.
Miscalculation from from the Bronzed Icons. Look at this from Deluca.
He loves that slip out kind of matrix move, but he got caught. Big one-arm power slam. What? And again! And again! Okay, now you know what? Now I like it. Can you do it 3 times?
Oh, back
man.
fist to El Doctor. How much more is Brad Myers going to allow? Could be a disqualification here for the Bronzed Icons, but it doesn't look like Bryce Hansen really gives a damn.
Well, I mean, I'm always up for somebody taking a shot at Doc Sock, but it kind of feels like, I don't know. If I support Hansen, it means I'm supporting Deluca. That feels wrong.
Deluca rolls through. Close call there from Deluca.
All the way to the top, no!
Oh wow, we're never gonna hear the end of it, that's for sure.
Doc Sock got out-cheated? That's hard to believe.
Here are your winners, the team of the young lion, Bryce Hansen, and Mr. Electricity,
Dude, they're
Deluca.
posing for photos.
Icon.
Dude, you guys are such schmucks. What a bunch of crap. Couldn't happen to him. I mean, I don't know. I never thought I'd be upset somebody beat the Medicos. Screw all these guys.
Wow. Big time victory here for Deluca and Bryce Hansen. I don't know if we call that quite an upset here at Demand Lucha, but what a way to debut a new tag team here, the Bronzed Icons.
Don't call them that.